Hey, welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. Breaking news. Candace Owen goes live with an attack in response to what the Daily Wire had said about her. This is big news. Let's get straight into it, what she has to say, because I was waiting for a response, but in why I think sometimes she didn't say anything quite some time ago, but this is the latest response from her.
This is something that is really upsetting me for me to be able to jump on here. I think I have, when I say tried to take the high road over the last couple of months to the point that it has given me a nosebleed. I have like nothing left here, and there is so much that I would like to say, and there is so much that I am fighting for my right to say. But today, I just feel like we crossed into another territory. Everyone can see what's happening. Everyone can at first see the public attacks on me over my, not like I shouldn't even say it's a belief, just the truth that Christ is king, and something that I will never stop saying as a Christian, nothing that I will apologize for. But these attacks against me and my character have not stopped. And I think partially it's being driven by the fact that they have not been successful. It has not, there's obviously a very real attempt to smear and to libel me out of existence, to make my audience not want to follow me anymore.
Well, that's the thought, because I think Ben Shapiro, I think there was a lot of jealousy involved. I know they didn't really get on with the start at the end of the day, but he didn't really give her a chance, and she was good for the Daily Wire. And I think he's regretting what he's done, although he's showing that he don't really give a toss. But I do think that it is affected his business, the slum. People basically not looking at the Daily Wire anymore because she's not on it. So it has proven a point that people did like Candace Owens on there.
And there is an entire network working behind the scenes to make that happen. But a couple of days ago, my PR person received a tip from someone that a Daily Mail journalist who I had never heard of was asking weird questions about me, like basically working on a hit piece. Now, I want to be clear here. I do not at all blame the journalist. I don't blame the Daily Mail. I read the Daily Mail. I used to write op-eds for the Daily Mail. So I am not saying this as like, I'm here just the Daily Mail. I understand that when somebody is leaking stories and claiming to have an inside track or some inside knowledge about someone, it is tempting for a journalist to get involved. But to this level, I've just never seen anything just more fictitious and made up. And someone that is going to publish something or thinks that they have a story here when everything that they have learned has been wrong. So I'm going to read you the email that I received from this Daily Mail reporters. We were like, what is this about? Like, actually, could you possibly be writing about that hasn't already been written about me leaving the Daily Wire? Well, here's what they wrote. I am currently writing a story focused on how Candace Owens came to leave the Daily Wire. Oh, okay. I wonder what or who is behind the story. Any response, either in an official statement or from sources close to Candace on the following information, would be greatly appreciated. We have heard from multiple sources that Candace's dismissal from the Daily Wire was in large part, quote unquote, financial. That her show just wasn't making the company enough money to justify continuing her employment. It is
That's rubbish. That's complete rubbish. I was watching it all the time because some of the subjects Candice was talking about was very, very interesting, and it was big copper conversation. I think that's rubbish because I think her being a part of the Daily Wire, I think it boosted a lot of people watching her and supporting her as well.
Also claimed that she, quote unquote, blamed producers for her show's failures and that she refused to work with certain advertisers. We have also heard that senior management felt they had a moral obligation to terminate Candace's employment due to what has been described as her increased anti-Semitism and her conspiracy theories. Others have said that Candace was mean to and mistreated the junior staff members at the Daily Wire, including, ready guys, makeup artists and interns. One source described a scene in which Candace allegedly threw a canned drink at someone.
Wow.
Okay. I am just, this is sending me. This is sending, I'm now throwing canned drinks at employees, mean to junior employees, yelling at the makeup artist. Separately, what would Candace say to claims that she has been homophobic and anti-Semitic, particularly on her social media, and that she has peddled conspiracy theories? So here is what is clearly happening.
I think that because they feel embarrassed about sacking her, and I think Ben threw his dummy out the pram because Candace Owens schooled him and he didn't like it, basically. So I think the Daily Wire and their hierarchy are just trying to get people back on side that it was Candace's fault. It's basically, she sacked herself, which we know that's garbage.
Happening. The attacks on me over me not backing down on being a Christian are failing. So now we're just moving to full on character mischaracterizations. I have worked in politics for now 8 years. If you think that if there is a single person that wishes to come forward and to say that I mistreated them, I welcome you to do it. I am the exact opposite human being. This is the most absurd thing that I've ever read in my entire life. The idea that I threw a canned drink at someone and it was fine, and it just flew. Like, that employee didn't have a lawsuit that they could have, like, it is literally just invented in someone's head as part of a character attack on me. Now, I will tell you this, I am unbelievably close to my team at the Daily Wire. I am still close with my team at the Daily Wire. I still speak to my team at the Daily Wire. In fact, this past weekend, I was at the wedding of the most junior person at the Daily Wire, this young girl named Markella, who I absolutely love to work with every day. The makeup artist left the Daily Wire with me and is still working with me. Her name is Evelyn. My producer, my executive producer, I had the same one for the entire time I was at Daily Wire. She is on maternity leave, and when I just called her and told her this, she was like, nobody contacted me for this story, and I am your executive producer. Like, who is planting the story? Right? So I am not going to speculate because I don't need to speculate. I think everybody can see clearly what is happening here. Everybody knows what is going on here, and we're getting to the point where this is just torturous interference. This is basically like, I want to make it so that nobody will work with you, and since I know that Candace is a really hard worker, and I know that people actually love her, that her entire team loves her, we're going to pretend it's...
Wow, that's bad. If Ben is behind that, that's bang out of order. No wondering that the Daily Wire were trying to shut her up and trying to get some kind of order so she can't discuss what happened. But look, it's a free world. She's done nothing wrong. I think she was just sacked because she was good at the job and they were jealous of her at the end of the day. And she wanted to move things up to the next level, and I don't think they were for that. I think they wanted to control her and they couldn't.
The opposite, so that other people who might want to work with her go, maybe not. She's like throwing canned drinks at people. She just gets angry at makeup artists and just like throws a soda pop. She's just like, take this Coca-Cola. I don't like the way my lashes are done today. That is the actual phase that we are at now, in the absolute desperation to defame me and to tarnish my name, for the simple fact that I won't be apologizing for saying Christ is King. Christ is King, my friends. We're saying Merry Christmas again, and we're saying Christ is King, okay? So go on, write the article. I responded fully and gave them proof and contacts of every single person on my team that they could speak to directly. Shockingly, they didn't contact not only my producer, my associate producer, the junior associate. Nobody that actually worked on my day-to-day team for 3 years was contacted. So who's leaking this? What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is leaking this story, suggesting that I would ever mistreat an employee ever? It's not in my DNA, okay? You guys know I'm my granddad's...
Wow, that's really, really bad. But I think a lot of people respect Candace. I'm glad she's put it out there because we wanted to hear her side of the story at the end of the day. But a lot of people have said Ben was acting a bit shady after basically they got rid of her, Candace. And I'm glad she's done this at the end of the day, because I didn't believe what anyone else is saying. And I said in the last video that I wanted Candace to come out and say something, and it's been brilliant. She's actually done that at the end of the day, and she's sincere as well.
Girl, like my grandfather was a janitor that swept floors. The idea, the concept of me treating someone badly that is an employee, I would rather die into myself than treat somebody badly. I am I have the opposite problem. I'm actually too nice sometimes. It's not easy for me, even when people you know, should be reprimanded, I usually pawn that task off to my husband because I don't want to do it. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I want people to be happy. It's why nobody ever leaves me. This is why people that work with me have worked with me for years, like actual years. From my creative director to my assistant, who's not my manager, people stick around because I treat them well, and I take a lot of pride in that. So the worst part of this hit piece to me, forget the part about saying I'm anti-Semitic, racial, but that's just like it's 2024. You got to catch them all. You're being called that every week. But to suggest that I would ever treat people badly, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm literally just not going to stand for that. So that's it. Christ is Lord, and I just wanted to update you guys on that. And like I said, I am fighting for my voice. And when my show comes back in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna breathe some fire like a dragon because it's
Wow.
to me it's just time. And I again have tried to be so calm and take the high road and allow everybody to be speaking about me and speaking about my life for months, but this is just a bridge too far.
That was Candace Owen on X. Basically, it's not my network. Her network must have been lagging when she actually made the video on her phone. But I'm glad her show's coming up and she hasn't given up or gone quiet and come out fighting. Fair play to her. Do make your comments, but I hope she chases this up at the end of the day. Then there could be some legal action in false, basically, false allegations against her, which are not true. That's bang out of order. So I do hope that basically she takes this further. Brilliant response for basically what's been happening in the life of her. I do think she's got the bad end of the stick, but I think she's I think she's a good person. Sometimes a little bit over the top, but our shows are absolutely brilliant. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and put your thoughts down what you think about the situation. Is Ben Shapiro gone too far, if it is him or someone, one of the hierarchy from his team, or is Candace making it bigger than what it is at the end of the day? But for some reason, listening to the topics from day one, I think that Ben Shapiro, had knives out for her. But I think that Candace is genuinely an honest person. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you, wherever you are in the world.